Well, welcome back to the GSL up and down matches. We are in Group E. We have 4 regular set matches left. Here are our current scores. Creator at 1 and 2. SuperNova taking a 2-0 lead in his group after an amazing TBT. Happy falling 1 and 2, taking his first win just last game against Creator. And StarTale July going 2-0 as well, playing very nicely and defensively. And finally, the Emperor Slayer's Boxer currently 0 and 2. It's going to be tough for him to get out of this group, but it is still possible.
Still numerically possible for him to get out if he wins his next 2 games. Then there's a tie situation because currently no one has gotten 3 wins. But guess what, Wolf? After the next game, someone will have 3 wins.
Yep, and it will be either July or SuperNova. SuperNova really well known for his TVZ, especially in the past. Recently, he hasn't looked as dominant in this matchup. We'll see. The map is Belshire Beach. See what July's got planned, man. July has shown some great management in the mid-game. I really feel that July's mid-game is his strongest point. His early game micro, of course, is really good too, but if that doesn't come into play, then that doesn't matter. But his mid-game is where, no matter what, he always seems to look the strongest.
Yep, and of course, you never know what to expect from July Zerg. We're going to find out soon, though. Expectation will soon become a reality. SuperNova versus July Zerg, who will win and clinch that 3-0. Virtually assured of the spot in Codex. One of these 2 will get it. We'll find out now who it is. Alright, down here at the right, in the bottom of the map, is our Brood War legend.
Started July.
One of them, I suppose. Used to be famous in Brood War, actually, for his Zerg versus Terran play. And here's his opponent. This guy has been doing so well lately. Very underrated player.
OGS SuperNova.
Very high ELO on the Korean scores. He's very, very strong right now. His win rate versus Zerg is 16 and 12 right now in Korea. And July's win rate versus Terran is very impressive as well. He's got about 60% win rate right now.
Very good.
He is looking really good in this matchup. And it seems to be his best by far.
Included in that are the last 5 games he's played. He has won, including game against Happy in the team league that we just mentioned earlier. He beat Dreamer TT, he beat June, Clyde. So actually he hasn't been playing anyone of this caliber Terran lately though. So even though he's been doing well lately, SuperNova is going to be a much better match, a much more of a challenge for July than anyone he's faced recently.
Let's see how SuperNova does with his 2 racks compared to Happy's, because he is putting his second barracks in an unscoutable location, but he will be able to lower it. July made his spawning pool very quickly after his hatchery, though he cut drones in order to do so, so he should be fine against this. His pool will be out long in time for this.
Yep, and it is not a proxy, so the Marines are going to have to go a lot further across the map in order to get to his base.
Look at this. He's going to do this style of bunkering.
And look. Oh, wow, this is interesting.
Some people prefer to put it in between that little gap on the ramp rather than actually making it on the edge of the ramp. This is kind of unique. See that little hole on the left side? Most people prefer to put it there, because then you can kind of push up onto the high ground with it, but
I think that would be better, but
that's something that's this place is somewhere less likely for July to scout. Oh wow, July I think is going to get caught off guard, but this is drones come right before his hatchery again.
I mean, look, he's got his Overlord in a spot for bunkers next to his hatchery, but not the one outside of it. So now the creep is spreading, but he's going to get one down just in time. But SuperNova is going to have the extra bunker to fall back to when these Zerglings try and stop this bunker from going up.
I don't think that bunker.
But I don't think it's going to go up.
That bunker's not in range of the other bunker.
Oh wow.
That's
going to have to cancel it.
I don't like the way that this has been executed, but even so, he does have the bunker to fall back to, so it's scary for July. He can't chase with drones. It's too much risk involved. I swear, man, today we were just seeing nothing but bunkering and SCV Marines.
He's trying to target down that spine crawler, trying to make it so it doesn't actually get up at all and challenge that bunker on the high ground. But the Zergling micro is too good. He's forcing him back now with Queens. And Zerglings, is that bunker going to complete? He's going after the SCV. The SCV goes down. It will not complete.
He has no additional SCVs coming right now. And I feel like this was poorly executed by SuperNova, to be perfectly honest. It could have been so much better.
Yeah.
Now he's forced to return home. He's going to have to salvage a second bunker. He doesn't have a second command center made just yet. Now it starts. So worker count right now 19 to 17 in SuperNova's favor, but July with 5 drones on the way will quickly take a lead.
And July Zerg is immediately going to send his Zerglings to SuperNova's base. SuperNova is going to have to run those Marines back, but
since he didn't
head
lose
start,
Marines, yeah, he's going to be fine.
Yeah. I'm just saying it is a good thing he does have that head start. He doesn't want to get caught by those Zerglings.
You can see
yeah, he's going to be okay.
In a lot of situations, like when we saw earlier Happy do his, with having his production facilities out so far in the middle of the map, he couldn't escape with the majority of his Marines. But in this case, SuperNova was much less all in with his barracks building. He didn't even do 11-11. It was a very normally timed 2x. And SuperNova going to do a 4 barracks follow-up here, but he's taken his gases and will be making a factory fairly soon as well.
Yep. Yeah, he's going to have, and that's one of the advantages of having not proxied those. He didn't get his Marines there as quickly, but he can just relocate. He doesn't have to relocate his buildings. He can just keep them in his main, keep them in his base, and be perfectly fine just powering up off this. He has 1 bunker at the front there. I'm a little surprised he didn't move his barracks over to make a wall off because, you know, what happened the last time July Zerg suffered some losses? He just turned around and bashed Boxer's face in. And I'm a little surprised SuperNova's not defending against that possibility of a counter rush, but there is no counter rush, so I guess he's going to be okay.
Yeah.
Roach Warren is almost complete now.
Stim is on the way with that first tech lab he made. A second tech lab is on the way for SuperNova. Likely will be for combat shields. Now the Roach Warren is done here. Looks like July wants to put on some pressure with Roaches. He has no Baneling Nest, so it's not going to be that type of Roach Baneling type pressure we've seen in the past.
Well, he just started a Baneling Nest.
Yeah, there it is. And in fact, by the time the Baneling Nest, or by the time the Roaches get there, the Baneling Nest should be done.
Yeah, he actually, and he's making more Zerglings to follow up, actually. He's got a group of Zerglings next to SuperNova's base, and they're going to morph into Banelings. And
with
I don't know if SuperNova's going to be prepared for this. He's only got depots for his wall.
I think July is underestimating how many Marines SuperNova already has out, though.
Oh,
he's going to have to hit before Stim, because if he has Stim and this many Marines, even some Marauders in the mix now, I do not think this will work.
He barely missed seeing those Roaches on their way out of the base, by the way. Barely missed it. He did not see it after all. There's the Banelings morphing. SuperNova is not going to be prepared for this.
Stim is not going to be done. Combat Shields will not either. Both of Research is getting fairly close here.
He's only got 2 Marauders right now.
Third one just popped out. If he loses that Tech Lab with
He's got his Marines spaced out at least.
Oh, the wall is down. Lifts it up.
Targets down the Banelings, but it's too late. The bunker is dead. The Banelings are going in here, but there's a good spread on the Marines, so they don't do as much damage as they could have. The Marauders kiting here. SCVs in the way are going to keep those Marauders alive so they can continue to fight.
Are done, and Stim is almost done, but he's lost the majority of his forces already. And July doing a lot of damage to this. Looks like his timing here was the definition of Ehan, man. If he had been a few seconds later, this would not have worked.
No, and there's still Roaches in here. Oh, the depot! Well, it wouldn't matter that much. Anyway, actually, he's going to be able to fight these off. I think eventually he's going to stop this rush, but has it done enough damage?
Man. I don't think July's going to stop. It's 60 supply to 26. The worker count now 31 to 15. He can actually do whatever he wants. The Marine count is too low.
He ran the SCVs back thinking it was over, but ladies and gentlemen, when it's July Zerg, the pressure is never over. More Zerglings streaming in here to polish off yet more SCVs, and the battle for the 3-0 situation in the group looks like it's going to go to July Zerg. Now, the question is though, well, never mind. I was going to say, does he have an economy behind this? No. It's actually 7 supply to 53.
Yep. Mules were targeted down by Zerglings in the main base. The second wave of Banelings will tear down this depot, will run in, and there's no answer for this SuperNova.
Nope. That's cute. He's going to put the factory there so he can't just tear down the wall, but yeah, this is...
July's like, well, hold on a second. He's like, all right, I see what you've done there.
Exactly. That's exactly what he did. He's like, oh.
You see him move the Banelings in, he was like, well, okay,
no. So he's just going to camp there, and if SuperNova...
He's going to make a second wave of Banelings.
Oh, yeah, he can just kill off the barracks at this point. So far ahead.
32 drones to 5 SCVs. He has no intention of making a single additional drone. Even more roaches being rallied across the map now. And if he waits, he can just use the roaches to start picking off these buildings if he absolutely wants to. SCV's coming out to repair, but I'm sorry, SuperNova. The SCVs cannot out-repair the Baneling attack. In fact, he will likely lose the SCVs if they attempt to repair.
Yep.
And with 4 SCVs coming out, that's about 90% of SuperNova's might.
And look at this, he's even going to soften up the barracks. Here he goes, a ton of Banelings, way more than are needed, and he is going to roll on through there, and 3, 2, 1.
That's it.
Oh, there we go, GG. Sorry, it's a hobby of mine trying to time out the GGs, but SuperNova was too busy putting his head in his hands, I guess, to GG there. Jelizerg, wow. Jelizerg, the guy that we were talking about recently as, you know, what if he gets out of Code A? What if he is done for? What if he's going to stop pro gaming altogether? He's at 3-0, man. He has almost clinched a spot in Code S.
Yeah, he has. He ruins the perfect record of SuperNova. A very unusual game between these two players. Hard to really credit one or the other in their playstyle in that game because it's so unusual. You know, we had an all-in that, or it wasn't all-in, but it was a pressure move that was followed up by a July's all-in. And we have had almost nothing but all-ins. The only game we had that was long was Creator versus Boxer, and that wasn't even that long, but it was the longest. It was the one where we had 3-3 upgrades.
Well, that was No Rush 15 game where they waited until they were both maxed before they had a major engagement, basically.
I really want to see a long TBZ out of July. That's what I wanted to see tonight. I wanted to see if he's been polishing that off or if he's still kind of just going to do Baneling Roach all-ins. But
well, he's got one game left, and it's versus...
he hasn't played Creator yet, has he? So I think he's...
yeah, Creator. For some reason, I wrote down a P. I'm not sure what the P stands for.
P stands for Protoss, man.
P stands for Protoss. So it is going to be ZVP, so you're not going to see a long ZVT, but
unfortunately
maybe a longer game anyway.
Yeah. Well, our next map is going to be between Happy and Boxer, and this should be really interesting to see.
Yeah.
We'll see if Boxer can pull things back. He needs to win this game if he wants to have any hope of coming out of the group, and you could say the same of Happy. Both of them are currently 1 and 2 in this group, so to lose this game would eliminate their chances entirely.
Boxer's actually 0-2. He hasn't won a game yet.
Oh, that's correct, actually.
So, yeah, so this is desperate for Boxer, but yeah, I mean, if either player loses this game, whoever loses this game is out 100%.
Yeah.
100%. There's no way for them to come back at all, even in a tiebreak situation. If Happy wins this, then he'll be at 2-2, and then he will have to hope there's a tie situation. If Boxer wins this, he'll still only be at 1-2, and he will still have to beat SuperNova if he's going to hope for a chance of winning the tiebreakers. So, a lot on the line here for both players. The loser is out. They're going to be fighting their hardest here, and curious to see how it goes. Boxer, it's generally regarded that TVT is his better matchup.
Yeah.
So
there was even, I remember back when he played in the first open seasons, there were rumors going around that GOM had rigged the matchup to give him so many TVTs, but the fact of the matter is there were just a lot of Terrans actually in the StarCraft back then, but he got a lot of TVTs and won most of those, and that's where he kind of got known for his TVT. He was pretty good at TVT in StarCraft 1.
Yeah.
My most favorite match I watched him playing was actually when we played against Toss Girl, though. Did you ever watch that match?
No, I haven't actually. I gotta go back and watch that.
Yeah, go and watch that. I won't spoil the results. Search Boxer versus Toss Girl. That's a pretty fun match to watch. I kind of watch old StarCraft 1 TVT.
I think I heard about the results. Wait, this was StarCraft 1? Okay.
Yeah, StarCraft 1.
I'm pretty sure I know the results then.
But I'm not going to say anything.
I won't say anything either.
All right, the players are ready. The countdown has started. The map is going to be Daybreak. I'm really curious to see what Boxer's going to do in this TVT. He's shown all sorts of Reaper play, Cloak Banshees, proxies, and standard games in this matchup. Anything is possible. Happy may be a little bit nervous playing against the Emperor, probably someone he watched when he was very young. We'll see what happens here at the GSL up and down matches with Moletrap and Wolf. This is Group E.